12 is from Heather Brown, and Heather Brown is my little cute sidekick that I have worked with for many years, and that's where we met, and she's just a young girl. She did a collab with me last summer, last summer when I first started. She did a collab with me. She didn't show her face, but she helped me with the collab. And she asked me, my first concert was Roy Orbison, and I will never forget that. Never ever forget that, Roy Orbison, and his music to this day, his voice, I just still love it. Movies that you can watch over and over. Well, one movie that I can watch over and over and over and over and over and over again, as well as the shows, is Sex and the City. Sex and the City, I might add. That I can watch over and over again. I love New York City, and I could watch that over and over again. And also another one is Breakfast at Tiffany's, because I just think it's so glamorous and I love it. Do I believe in ghosts? No, I do not believe in ghosts unless I can see it in front of me, and one of them just suddenly, you know, manifests itself in front of me. Then no, I don't. I'm visual. I need to see to believe. And number 13 is from Pam and Rick. Hi, Pam and Rick. And it's what got you started collecting handbags? What got me started? It really wasn't something I had planned to do, and it's only been in the last 10 years, so it wasn't a top priority when I was younger. I've always loved fashion and loved handbags, but I only ever had maybe 3 or 4 handbags, and my husband started me on my collection, actually, and that's how I started. He started me. He made a monster out of me. It's his fault. And he complains now when I buy a handbag. I say, it's your fault. And when did I start? Yeah, actually the first handbag was when we were dating, and I had seen this beautiful, I don't remember it being a designer handbag, but it was a classy suede handbag, and it was in the window of a shop in one of our local towns, and we were just dating, I think, at the time, and it was just gorgeous. I can still see it, and I wish I'd kept it, but I didn't. I'm more sentimental now than I was then, so I tended to chuck everything out, so that got chucked out 10 years after I got it, and it was a suede, beautiful suede handbag with fringes on it, and it was just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And number 14 is from Kara's Corner and Jobs Career. I started out as a hairstylist. I started when I was 13 years old, when I was at high school, in a hairdresser's salon, doing, you know, sweeping hair, taking money, shampooing, and doing that sort of thing. And then that led into an apprenticeship when I finished high school. And then I did that for a bunch of years, and then I started working for my girlfriend in real estate, showing new homes, and that was fun. And then I worked at a grocery store when we moved into the small town. Did that for another 6 years, and then had some health issues, and you know, my husband said stay home for a while, and here I am, still home. So number 14 is from Brad. Hi, Brad. And he said, how happy are you right now? Well, I'm ecstatically happy right now. Ecstatic. And number 16 is from King and Coco. My favorite restaurant when I go down to the United States shopping is Olive Garden. I know, you know, it's Olive Garden, but the food is good. And TGI Fridays, I love the food in the United States. So anyone who's been with me for a long time knows I simply just love eating out when I go to the United States, but Olive Garden is one of my favorites. And my music playlist, my playlist on my iPad right now is, Keith Urban, Reba McEntire, Enrique Iglesias, Cliff Richard, Celine Dion, So you get it. I'm kind of all over the place with music. And number 17 is from Pages and Polish, and it's my fave author. My favorite author is actually a very small, you probably have never heard of her, and she's from Northern Ireland, and she writes stories, and her name is... Yeah, she is, as I say, a small author, and her name is Mary A. Larkin. So for you, Pages and Polish, that's who my favorite author is, and she writes stories about Northern Ireland and writes a lot of things about, you know, they're fiction, but they're based on true stories and what happened in Ireland in the old days. Another great author is Frank McCourt, Angela's Ashes, and you know that I read a lot of Irish authors, and an American author that I like is Marie Force, and I read all her series, The Gansett Islands, and you know, all of that stuff, and that's what I read. I mean, I do read some autobiographies. Michael J. Fox, I've read his book, and some Canadian authors, John Candy, that sort of thing. And number 18 is from White Oak Thomas, and it says, what makeup can you not live without? Lipstick. And from number 19 is from Little Hellsby, and this is a great, great question. And it says, if you only had seconds to leave your house, which possession would you save? And I had to really think about that because, you know, there's things that you need, you know, like passports and stuff like that, but, you know, they can all be replaced. So I don't really care about that stuff. Even a phone or a computer, you know, I know you lose a lot of info and you know, it's you know, it's really, really important, but again, you can replace that. My thing that I would grab is my box of albums, and I keep those in a plastic tote, and those are the albums from my children growing up, and there's a few old school videos in there as well. So, and I have a few tapes as well, like a few, you know, the old VCR tapes. So those are the things, that's what I would grab. And I really like that question, that was awesome. So that is it. And this was fun to do, and I hope I answered everyone's questions. I think I got them all. And you know, it was fun. I was overwhelmed. I thought I might have gotten maybe 10 questions, but no, I got 19 questions. So. And Country Girl asked me, what is my favorite handbag? And my favorite handbag is my Astor Michael Kors, the one I'm using at the moment. And this is a good one, my favorite food. My favorite food would be Irish food. I like Irish stew and shepherd's pies and nice chicken with sauce, and I love chocolate. My favorite perfume, I got this question somewhere else as well, and it's yeah, my favorite perfume, had a little brain freeze there for a second, is my Dolce & Gabbana, the one. And kind of makeup, I use drugstore makeup mostly, L'Oreal, CoverGirl, Maybelline, that sort of thing. And travel, my favorite place, again, that's another one I was asked, and it's and it's Florida and Cuba. Thank you so much for asking me these questions, and I hope I answered them the best of my ability and as honestly as I could. I appreciate each and every one of you. You are amazing. This has been such a great experience. I have met the most amazing people. I just love you all. You are just so amazing, and people all over the world, which is just awesome. You know, from Dubai, from, you know, all over Florida, United States, New York. It's just, it's, you know, it's overwhelming, actually. It's really not being a negative experience for me. And, you know, and as I say, even if it does become negative, and, you know, I did get one negative comment on something that I had commented on someone else's video, and I just ignore them. You know, I don't even answer them, because then you're actually feeding into it. So if someone makes a negative comment in the future, I get thumbs downs, but who cares about that? Then I would just delete, delete, delete. And on that note, ladies, I'm gonna go. I have another video to make, and I love you all to pieces, and don't let anyone ever dull your sparkle.